Alcohol, commonly consumed in the form of alcoholic drinks such as beer, liquor, or wine, is the third treatable leading cause of death in the United States, killing 88,000 each year. When consumed, alcohol travels down the throat to the stomach and small intestine, where it goes through the epithelial cells to the capillaries. Around 20% of alcohol is absorbed through the stomach, while 80% is absorbed through the small intestine. Within minutes, the chemicals can travel to the brain to alter neurotransmitters, which affects the transit signals throughout the entire body. Short-term effects include slurred speech, clumsiness, vomiting, headache, loss of consciousness, and reduced senses and perception. Dry tobacco leaves are found in cigarettes, vapes, and cigars. When a cigarette, for example, is used, the tobacco leaves burn, releasing all sorts of harmful chemicals. Tar is a sticky brown substance that forms when tobacco cools and thickens. It collects in teeth and gums, damaging tooth enamel and eventually causing tooth decay. The smoke can also damage nerve endings in the nose, resulting to the loss of smell and taste. When it reaches the lungs, it coats the cilia, which causes them to stop working and eventually die. This can lead to lung cancer as there is not enough cilia to trap the toxic chemicals coming from the cigarette. Diseases such as bronchitis can also be a result of this. Carbon monoxide, a gas from burning tobacco leaves, gets past the dead cilia and takes the place of oxygen and hemoglobin, causing shortness of breath. Nicotine, a drug derived from the tobacco plant, is one of 7,000 chemicals in a cigarette. This stimulant is highly addictive and is what gives the smoker a pleasurable feeling. Nicotine and other chemicals cause blood vessels to constrict, restricting the blood flow. It enhances the stickiness of platelets, forming clots, ultimately leading to heart attacks and strokes. Cocaine is also a stimulant drug made from the leaves of the coca plant. Although healthcare providers can use it for medical purposes such as local anesthesia for some surgeries, recreational cocaine use is illegal. As a street drug, cocaine looks like a fine, white crystal powder. Street dealers often mix it with things like cornstarch, talcum powder, or flour to increase profits. Popular names for cocaine are blow, coke, crack, rock, and snow. People snort cocaine powder through the nose, or they rub it into their gums. Others dissolve the powder and inject it into the bloodstream. Cocaine increases levels of the natural chemical messenger, dopamine, in brain circuits related to the control of movement and reward. Short-term effects include extreme happiness and energy, mental alertness, hypersensitivity to sight, sound, and touch, and paranoia. Heroin is a drug made from morphine. It's a natural substance extracted from the seed pods of many opium poppy plants. People inject, sniff, snort, or smoke heroin. There are some people who mix heroin with crack cocaine, a practice called speedballing. A heroin overdose occurs when a person takes in huge amounts of heroin, enough to cause a life-threatening reaction or even death. When a person overdoses, their breathing stops or dramatically decreases, which lowers the volume of oxygen traveling to the brain. This is called hypoxia. Hypoxia can then lead to permanent brain damage, nervous system damage, and coma. Short-term effects from using heroin include dry mouth, nausea and vomiting, severe itching, clouded mental functioning, and a back and forth state of being conscious and subconscious. Long-term effects include insomnia, infection of heart valves, liver and kidney disease, mental disorders such as depression, and constipation. When you're sick, you might have to go to the doctor. That doctor may need to turn to pharmaceutical drugs to treat you and get you to feel better. You can also go to a pharmacy and find medicine your doctor has prescribed. Pharmaceutical drugs are chemicals that are designed to prevent, diagnose, treat, or cure a disorder. Morphine, a drug from the same opium plant, is actually used legally in treatment. It takes action in the brain and it relieves the pain by changing how your body feels and responds. Paracetamol is another example that is both a pain reliever and a fever reducer. It is used to treat many conditions such as headache, muscle aches, backaches, toothaches, colds, and fevers. But of course, just because it can help you feel better doesn't necessarily mean you can always take as much as you want.